By yon bonny banks and by yon bonny ways, where the sun shines bright on Loch Lomond, where me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. You'll take the high road and I'll take the low, and I'll be in Scotland for you. For me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Was there that we part in yon shady lane, on the steep, steep side of Ben Lomond, where in the purple hue the Highland hills we view, and the moon coming out in the gloaming. Oh, you'll take the high road and I'll take the low, and I'll be in Scotland for you. For me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond.
presence my light. Be thou my breastplate, my sword for the fight. Be thou my dignity, thou my delight. Thou my soul shelter, thy my high tower. Raise thou me heavenward, O power of my power. High King of heaven, my victory won. May I reach heaven's joys, oh bright heaven's sun. Heart of my own heart, whatever befalls, still be my vision, oh ruler of all. Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet, sung by flaming tongues above. Praise the mount fixed upon it, mount of thy redeeming love. Here I raise my Ebenezer, here by thy great help I've come, and I hope by thy good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Jesus saw me when a stranger, wandering from the fold of God, he to rescue me from danger interposed his precious blood. great a debtor, daily I'm constrained to thee. Let thy goodness like a fetter bind my wandering heart to thee. Prone to wander, Lord, I feel it, prone to leave the God I love. Here's my heart, oh, take and seal it for thy courts above.
I'm lonesome since I crossed the hill and o'er the moorland's edge. Such heavy thoughts my heart do fill since parting with my Betsy. I seek for one so fair and gay, and find none to remind me how sweet the hours I passed away with the girl I left behind. Oh, ne'er shall I forget the night the stars are bright above me, and gently lent their silvery light when first she vowed to love me. But now I'm bound to Brighton camp, kind heaven then pray guide me, and send me safely back again to the girl I left behind.
rising of the sun, the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a blossom as white as lily flower, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to be our dear Savior. The holly bears a berry as red as any blood, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to do poor sinners good. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. That saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. 'Twas blind, but now I see. The Lord has promised good to me. His word, my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. Yes, when this flesh and heart shall shall possess within the veil a life of joy and peace. The earth shall soon dissolve like snow, the sun forbear to shine, but God who called me here below will be forever mine, will be forever mine.
Here's 40 shillings on the drum for those who volunteer to come to list and fight the foe today, over the hills and far away, o'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain. King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. When duty calls me, I must go to stand and face another foe, but part of me will always stray, over the hills and far away, over the hills and over the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain. King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. If I should fall to rise no more, as many comrades did before, then ask the pipes and drums to play, over the hills and far away, over the hills and over the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain. King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. Falling lads behind the drum, with colors blazing like the sun, along the road to come what may, over the hills and far away, over the hills and over the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain. King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away, over the hills and over the main, through Flanders, Portugal, and Spain. King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away.